Okay, let's go, buddy. My desk lamp is where I find my heaven. It's where I find my head. I gotta stop and go to the bathroom.
Just go, man. That sure is warm.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. You ever been to one of those big comic conventions or like seen photos of Comic-Con? I mean, it's massive. It's attended by hundreds of thousands of people. They dress up. They're big-time fans of the industry. I actually went to MegaCon, which is very similar to Comic-Con in Orlando. I was able to chill with Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, Geeks and Gamers, Ryan and Jeremy. Great channels I've been following for a long time while I was there, and was able to sort of kind of bathe in the nerddom of the event. There was a massive booth for DC Comics. It was this official DC Comics booth, and they're one of the biggest names in the entire comic book industry. And people were packed in there buying comic books and swag and stuff like that. But I would have found it very interesting if there was no one there, right? I would have videotaped. If there was nobody there at the DC Comic booth, it is empty. I would have said something's wrong with his brand. Something has gone terribly wrong, and they are not appealing or connecting with their fans anymore. There are hundreds of thousands of comic book fans here, yet nobody is at the DC booth. I would have found that interesting. I would have posted about it, even though I don't follow the industry certainly as closely as, you know, Geeks and Gamers, Ryan, Jeremy, Nerdrotic, or Critical Drinker. Even I could figure that out. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to Harley-Davidson. Because there is the equivalent of Comic-Con going on right now for the biker community. And it's called Sturgis, South Dakota. The Sturgis Biker Rally is the biggest biker rally in the world. It includes hundreds of thousands of people traveling there on their bikes from all over the country, all over the world, actually. People come from all over to drive to Sturgis, South Dakota for this big biker rally. And ladies and gentlemen, what they found at this rally is one of the biggest, if not the biggest name in the biker community, Harley-Davidson, has no one at their booth. There are these guys, I wanted to videos going around
look under the Harley-Davidson tent. A lot of people have
of
been
nobody
asking,
attending.
Is there really a Harley boycott going on
the
in
Harley
Sturgis? Well, we wanted to come out here and show you. Remember last year, PsychoDrag showed you the Budweiser tent, and unfortunately, it looks like for the motor company this year, it may be affecting them. It looks like participation is way down.
So, what's going on with Harley-Davidson? Right? Like this is a crisis. There are hundreds of thousands of biker fans there, and nobody is at the Harley booth. And this isn't just one day. They didn't just run up one day.
PsychoDrag has fielded a lot of
every single day.
Is there really a Harley-Davidson boycott going on at the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally? So we wanted to come down here and investigate for you guys. If you remember, PsychoDrag showed you the Budweiser tent last year. Well, now this year, Harley is being accused of some by going woke, and there's an organized boycott taking place. Right now, if you take a look under the Harley tent, not a ton of people. There are still some checking out the new motorcycles, checking out all there is to see, but it does look like attendance is a little bit lower than usual over here at the Harley-Davidson tent. Let me know your...
Just to give you some perspective, these are the number of bike riders that are in Sturgis. Just like to try and capture it in an image. There are motorcycles as far as the eye can see for miles around. And yet the Harley-Davidson tent remains empty. Why? Well, because our friend Robbie Starbuck has exposed Harley-Davidson as a woke garbage company that takes the hard-earned dollars of patriots, conservatives, America First, movement people, and washes those dollars, launders those dollars into left-wing causes. And this has now created a boycott of Harley-Davidson. Broad customer base or woke agenda, Harley wrestles with anti-DEI attack. It's not anti-DEI attack, it's anti-racist attack. Harley-Davidson is choosing board members based on their race, according to their own documentation. Harley-Davidson is laundering the conservative dollars that are spent on its products on left-wing activism, alphabet activism, all across the spectrum. It's wild. We'll play you some of Robbie's video in just a second. Harley-Davidson sparks boycott. Totally woke DEI policies. The Wisconsin-based company has gone totally woke, hosting alphabet boot camps in its offices, sponsoring pride events, subjecting white employees to DEI indoctrination. Of course, Robbie is fresh off his successful campaigns against Tractor Supply and John Deere, and now Harley-Davidson is squarely in the crosshairs. How bad has it gotten for Harley-Davidson? Some of their most loyal customers are up with videos saying they are now like ripping the Harley-Davidson logos off their bikes.
Okay, today I'm covering up all my Harley emblems until I can get them off, because I'm going for a ride today. But take them all off, covering them all up. Anywhere there's a Harley emblem on the bike, I'm going to cover up for now until I can debadge this thing.
Debadge.
I gotta cover couple more items yet. I gotta cover up this guy here and the 114. I gotta cover up that 114 yet. We'll cover that up, so I don't want to see nothing that represents Harley except for the Harley. I can't take it out on the bike. Even though Harley went woke, I won't take it out on the bike. I just will not go to their store, their corporate stores, their dealerships, as much as possible, humanly possible. There's the mom and pop places, there's the little shops. In fact, there's one in town here that I can always go to, my buddy George. And so that's where we're at today with Harley-Davidson going woke.
Judging by the accent, you'd potentially assume that guy's, look, is that Wisconsin? Is the guy in Wisconsin? That's where Harley-Davidson's based. Could you imagine doing this in like Heartland, Wisconsin? It's happening all over the country. What an embarrassment. The woke CEO isn't very popular with the customers. You know, idiots, this is the point. The point is to make a bicycle. That's it. The point is not all of the political activism that you are. Look at this list. Look at this list. I'll play Robbie's incredible video here. It's been seen by 3 million people, 26,000 retweets, 45,000 likes. Harley-Davidson? Says Elon Musk. Yeah, this is the perniciousness of what's happening. Here's how it works. You bring in a left-wing CEO into a conservative company, Tractor Supply, John Deere, Bud Light, okay? Is Bud Light really a conservative company? They make light beer, right, for frat parties and for sporting events. Then, yeah, I think you could say that the vast majority of their drinkers are going to not be left-wing liberals, not going to be Dylan Mulvaney. You know, Dylan Mulvaney is not your target market, right? Nonetheless, you bring in a woke CEO, woke marketing firms that only want to market to Dylan Mulvaney, right? That only want to market to the pink-haired libs, baristas in Manhattan, downtown Manhattan, okay? And then you destroy your company. Because what you end up doing is by catering to that like less than 1% of your customer base, you piss off 99% of your customer base by not making beer, or not making a tractor, or not selling chicken feed, or not making a bicycle. How is making a bicycle a political statement? Well, you know, they hired this guy, Jacques Zeitz, who comes in, I don't know if the guy's German or what, they hire this guy to come in, and all he does is talk about climate change. All he does, and it's the one thing that they're always known for, that all he does is talk about how much he hates the Harley-Davidson brand. Harley-Davidson CEO, Jacques Zeitz, calls himself the Taliban of sustainability, and then rips on Harley-Davidson for not being sustainable enough. Sustainability is just a buzzword to represent woke policies that he loves as a far left-wing activist and destroying the company. I mean, at some point you have to ask yourself, are these guys sent in here as mercenaries to destroy companies? Because that's what he's doing to Harley-Davidson. This guy is destroying the company. He's destroying the fan base of the company. What also is a masculine brand? The UFC. UFC, I don't think will ever go woke. Dana White kicks ass. One of the UFC's most famous and popular fighters, Sean Strickland, had this to say about his Harley.
Video I love Harley. I've owned Harleys most of my life, but I will never own a Harley again. If you love America, you won't own a Harley. And let me explain to you guys why I'm so upset and why you should be upset. The CEO of Harley is a woke zealot. This man wrote the book on wokeism. He wants to fundamentally change who you are, how you live, and how you think, and how you raise your family. This man started an organization called the B Team, and its sole purpose is to fundamentally change how you think. And now you have to ask yourself, why Harley-Davidson, an American company, a World War II company, why does this company have this fundamental German zealot that knows nothing about America or its brand? Why is he the CEO? And I'll tell you guys, there's two companies, Vanguard and BlackRock. $10 trillion, they own everything. When you want to know who the enemy is, it's BlackRock and Vanguard. Who is one of the biggest owners of these companies? George Soros. This German they put in this company is an industry plant by this corrupt, sick leftist oligarch to ruin, control, and manipulate Harley. If you love America, you will not own a Harley. And I'm getting rid of this Harley as soon as possible.
Well, that's how you destroy your customer base. It seems like the message has been heard, maybe, by Harley. Leakers from inside of the company say that there's been a company email that's been sent out to reevaluate policies, strategies, and activities to ensure that they are relevant to our business. Again, ladies and gentlemen, how is any of this relevant to your business? We're not going to read it off. The list is too long. We'll let Robbie read it off because Robbie is the guy behind all of this. He's such a badass, doing a great job. You should follow Robbie. He's a friend of the show, and he says it better than we could.
Y'all, this may be the most shocking expose that I've done simply because the brand is so out of alignment with their customers. This is Harley-Davidson. It's time for them to be exposed. In Harley's words, they are all in on diversity and inclusion. Now, let's take a look at what that means. I wonder how many Harley riders are aware that Harley-Davidson is a platinum founding member of the LGBT Chamber of Commerce in Wisconsin. This is the same chamber that says on behalf of the businesses that are a part of the Wisconsin LGBT Chamber, they opposed banning transgender sex changes for children. Harley-Davidson even hosted an LGBTQ plus boot camp at their corporate offices, and look at that sweet cake they got them. Isn't that just so inclusive? Here's a closer look at that cake for all you Harley riders out there. So who's Harley-Davidson's CEO? Well, it's another CEO that was placed right around COVID.
Jochen Zeitz is an unusual choice to lead Harley-Davidson. He's German. He's an outspoken climate activist.
The businessman who uses his millions to change opinions on climate change. Are you getting Harley-Davidson vibes yet?
In 2030, that we should be completing that total transformation of the company.
If his goal is the total transformation of Harley-Davidson, well, he's well on his way. They sponsored this LGBTQ plus pride event where they had a rage room. And I am not joking, something called a rage room to, quote, let off steam. It was located right next to the story time area for children to interact with drag queens and the play catch with a dad for all those who had daddy issues. In Harley's so-called sustainability report, they also say that their 1,800 global employees completed a virtual training to learn what an ally is to the LGBTQ plus community, and that employees also participated in an engaging and interactive learning session that allowed them to explore social identities, both seen and unseen. We all know what that means. And then again, in honor of National Coming Out Day, employees attended a virtual session featuring Sandy Eichel. Let's see who Sandy is.
Sandy Eichel is not your typical financial services speaker. Once a Lutheran pastor's wife, a professional opera singer, and a consummate perfectionist, Sandy had the picture-perfect life. But inside, she was miserable. So she chose a new last name, a new career, and a whole new life and mindset, which elevated her to the top of her profession.
We have to change our culture, and we need to do it quickly.
In their sustainability report, their CEO also brags about their 90 out of 100 HRC CEI score. This score is one I've explained many times before, but essentially is the Trojan horse that pushes all these left-wing values into corporations. And this score begs the question, is Harley-Davidson's health plan covering the transition of children? That's one of the metrics that the HRC CEI score judges. And if you're a Harley-Davidson dealer, guess what? They've got a plan for you heading into 2032. They want to increase the diversity across the global dealer network at both the staffing and owner-operator levels. That's a fancy corporate speak way of saying less white people.
We've said it before on this program. We'll say it again. If Harley-Davidson was like in Bud Light and Tractor Supply and John Deere we're all making like Donald Trump themed tractors and beer and like Republican Party themed like bikes, you know, I guess, or chicken feed. You know, like, I think that'd be silly too. Oh, really? You're gonna put the Republican Party elephant on your chicken feed? This is what they're doing. They're like putting the Democrat Party inside of like a product and then wanting us to buy it. It's despicable. Make the damn product and stop with the political activism. That's it. I'll call it out on our side too. Like I also would think it would be stupid if they were putting like the RNC logo on a tractor, right? And then trying to sell that to Democrats. It's dumb. Stop doing it. Make what you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do and stop with the political activism. And then the cultural wars really calm down, okay? It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't buy Harley.